A part of Hawaii is under a mandatory evacuation. This is a residential area, and you can see steam and lava bubbling up from cracks in the ground. How unsettling must that be? Almost 800 structures are currently threatened. Authorities have opened shelters and have ordered more than 1,700 people to leave immediately. The area affected is located on the eastern part of Hawaii's Big Island. It's close to Mount Kilauea, one of the world's most active volcanoes. It sent huge plumes of smoke into the sky after hundreds of earthquakes shook the area last week. And a powerful dust storm has killed at least 110 people. It whipped through northern India in and around the state of Uttar Pradesh. Authorities attribute the high death toll to people trapped under falling debris. The system brought wild winds that downed electric poles and uprooted trees and triggered countless lightning strikes that ignited fires. Our Nikhil Kumar has more for us from New Delhi.
North India is still reeling from the aftermath of a deadly night. More than 100 people died after a violent summer storm lashed the region Wednesday. Uttar Pradesh, India's largest state, which sits just south of Nepal, was the hardest hit as a deadly cocktail of wind, dust, rain and thunder swept through the area. We even witnessed a storm here in Delhi, with the squall hitting the Indian capital during the evening rush hour. Across northern India, hundreds more people have been reported injured. And not just people. Out in the countryside, livestock was hit. More than 100 cows, buffaloes, goats and other animals were killed. Power to many homes across these states was also knocked out. Now, dust storms are a common occurrence here at this time of year, ahead of the annual monsoon. But this was unusual, and it felt unusual. We don't usually see rains and thunder after these dust storms. Weather experts say this happened because of an unusual combination of factors, as different storms effectively came together. On the ground, rural areas suffered the most. Officials say many of the deaths occurred because of falling trees and collapsing ceilings and walls in village communities with weak infrastructure. The worst of the storm hit many of these communities very late at night. The victims and the houses they were sleeping in were simply not prepared. Nikhil Kumar, CNN, New Delhi.
Ivan Cabrera is here with more about it, and that nighttime video really shows what they were dealing with. How horrible.
It was, in a way, like the perfect storm, because the storm that triggered that dust event happens at night, and also very little warning. People are sleeping, so all of a sudden trees start caving into your homes, and that is what caused the high death toll. It was just something that happened very quickly, and so there was very little time to warn anybody, if at all, and you saw that death toll continuing to climb. The other story we're following, of course, is in Hawaii, on the eastern side of the island, of the Big Island that you talked about. Did you see that lava flow? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Because, behind me there.
My goodness, and we're talking about the ash that you normally see, right, when we cover volcanoes, that plume of ash that comes up into the atmosphere and sometimes impacts travel because planes have to veer around it. Well, what Natalie showed you there was also lava spewing in from the ground near where folks live, and that's why we had those evacuations. Right, so let's fly in on the eastern side of the archipelago here. There's Kilauea on the eastern rift of the island. Now, it's a complicated system, right? We have the volcano, but what's actually causing the threat, it's actually the crater here partially collapsing as this lake, and so you've got this lava flow now that has continued to threaten folks 30 kilometers to the east in this area across the eastern island. In fact, the Alani Estates is primarily where we have the evacuations. Hundreds of people have now gotten out of the way, and we perhaps have more. The civil defense is on site there, so if we need to get more folks out of the way, that will do that very quickly there. But that is the threat note from Kilauea. Not so much the plume you saw from the sky, but the lava coming in from the ground that's continuing to threaten many homes. So that's what's going on with Kilauea here. We had the 5.0 earthquake, which triggered that partial crater collapse and the lava flow that commenced thereafter. But before that, we even had hundreds of earthquakes in the 2 to 2.5 range, and that's what alerted volcanologists to, hey, there's something going on here. And certainly there was. An eruption is now underway. We've got the volcano watch that has been upgraded to a warning, and the alert orange as well. We'll keep you posted, obviously, if things change here. But quickly to our friends up in northern India, 132 kilometer per hour winds, 41,000 lightning strikes. What caused this? Nothing to do with the monsoon. So basically, we had a cluster of thunderstorms that all got together, and the outflow from the thunderstorms, which is pretty normal. In this case, though, it wasn't. It was very severe, and so the winds were able to kick up typhoon force winds, and that's what collapsed a lot of the buildings here. This one region that was impacted. And you saw, as I mentioned, Natalie, this happened basically at night. So all of a sudden people are sleeping and the roofs are caving in as a result of this very violent storm that you typically, by the way, see in the Midwestern type of United States. In this part of India, you typically don't see this kind of cluster of thunderstorms coming together like that, but it certainly did, and that's what caused the high death toll. By the way, forecast looks much better the next few days, so I'll leave you with a little bit of good news there.
We'll take it. All right, Ivan, thank you.